Hi, hello, hello. I am trying to connect to Instagram, but I think Instagram is having an issue today, so I will try later. So thank you so much for joining me today, and you are incredible. I wish I could see your face. It would make things so much easier for me. But anyway, I want to encourage you to ask any questions. Your questions are very important, and that's the reason why I show up live, so you can interact with me and ask me any questions you may have. I know sometimes the concepts I share can create a lot of questions. So I want to encourage you to interact with me. It will make it more juicy for you. It will make it more personal for you, because this area of love and relationships, it's very nuanced. It's not that one thing fits everybody. So I want to make sure that you understand that, and if you ask questions, I'll be able to customize the answer to you. So if you are watching the replay, I'll say thank you for watching the replay, and you can send me the questions via email if you got here through my email list, or on the comments, or privately. I am always available. I try to answer the questions between 48 hours. And yes, I want to help you. I want to really, really make your journey to love much, much easier and fun and joyful. So you keep doing it until you find love. So, love, okay? This is all about love. And why am I saying this? Because sometimes we forget that very, very foundational principle, that why are we looking for for a man? Why are we going on dates? Why are we craving time, like taking time out of our day to learn about men, about relationships, about dating, and all that juicy stuff that I teach all the time? It's because we have love inside of us. We have all this love, we have all these feelings, we have all this inner life inside of us, and we want to share it with a special man. That's why we are doing this at the end of the day. And sometimes when we are caught up on the how to, on the, why he's doing what he's doing, if it doesn't make sense what he's doing and it's hurting us, we forget this foundational principle. So I want you to go back to that. I want you to go back to that desire that you have of finding love, finding romantic love, creating an amazing romantic relationship with a man that looks like you want it to look. Okay, not everybody is looking for the same thing. And that is the beauty of this, that there is somebody, and I believe a few men out there, that will be able to merge with you and create what you want. Even if you think that what you want is kind of controversial or woo-woo or whatever, there is somebody for you. I have seen it over and over and over. And even in my own experience, in my own marriage, my relationship with my husband is very particular. It's very special. And I didn't have to change myself or, twist myself into a pretzel in order for him to love me. He loved me as I was, and I loved him as he was. Now, what happens is, many things happen, but what happens is that to love, to truly, truly love somebody, to truly, truly love something, we need to know that thing. We need to understand that thing that we are going to love. If we don't understand it, it's going to be really difficult because it's going to create a lot of assumptions, misinterpretations, things that are not really, really leading us to create it and keep it. So that's the conversation that I am having today with you. And please ask me your questions. I want you to participate in this. I don't want to be here just talking and not having your questions. Okay. So why is so important to understand men? It's not because of them. We are not trying to understand men to favor them. I want you to be very clear. This is about you, because the more you understand men, the easier it's going to be for you to understand what is going on when you meet and date men, when you go on dates. So you can have you can have insights that come from you rather than seeing, trying to decode what he did, why he did it, why he called me, why he didn't call me, why he said this, why he did that, rather than trying to find the meaning outside. You have your own meaning inside of you. Okay, that's the intention of this live talk, to give you two inner tools so you have your own understanding of why he's doing what he's doing. So you don't need to rely on the exterior. And that is going to almost automatically create a very, very peaceful inner experience inside of you, because you are going to have self-confidence. Everybody talks about self-confidence. I talk about self-confidence. I teach self-confidence to my clients inside of the Epic Love Accelerator. And what is self-confidence? It's precisely that, having that inner knowledge, that inner understanding, that inner wisdom about men, and having the confidence that you can create what you want because you are creating it from the inside out, from that understanding. Okay, that is what self-confidence is. It's understanding and then acquiring the skills and the abilities and the knowledge to be able to create it in the outside world. So if we don't understand men, if we don't spend some time understanding men, we are going to lack this understanding, and it's going to lead us astray. It's going to make us feel stressed. It's going to make us be in our head. It's going to make us go on those rabbit holes where we get into self-doubt. We don't really feel at peace. We don't feel relaxed. And our energy is going to actually be repelling rather than magnetic. Okay, and who you are is really a magnetic, amazing woman. You have it inside of you already. It's just that nobody ever taught us how to do this. Nobody ever taught us how to understand men. We got a general understanding of men through through the movies, through what we saw in our culture, through the biases, the stereotypes, and those things are usually not correct, because there is a truth on what and who men are, a deeper truth. And there is also a facade, like a persona, like a mask that men have learned to put up to show to the world, because they have been taught that that's the way a man is. So if you can get to really, really understand men, you are going to be magnetic. You are going to really, really create your relationship with your man from the inside out. No matter what he does, you are going to have an understanding for yourself. Okay? So the first thing, I mean, there are many things about understanding men, but I'm going to talk about three things today. So the first thing that I want you to to understand about men today is that men don't fall in love the same way women do. They fall in love through action, not words. So we as women, we quickly create emotional connection. We share our words, we share our experience, and in doing that, we create an emotional connection. We create an emotional connection from the level of being, who we are. That's how we create a connection. Now, men don't do it that way. They primarily fall in love with a woman through action, through experience. So how this looks like on a date. Let's say we go on a first date with a man, and if we are trying to impress him, or we are trying to test a man, ask him, the 3 questions to see if he's the one, he's going to feel that. He's going to feel that we are acting, that we are doing that, and he is going to retract because he's not going to feel like we trust him. Okay, he's not going to feel that we are emotionally available. And the best way to magnetize a man is to be emotionally available, but not emotionally attached to the outcome. So how do we do that? We are receptive, we are open, we are curious, we are really present. We take our time to respond instead of react. Okay, so and we allow him, because we understand that a man falls in love through action, through experiencing. We allow him, we create space, we hold space for him to create action, to do things in the date, to do most of the talking, to pay the bill, to maybe open the door to the coffee shop or open the door to the car. Just simple stuff. When he gives us a compliment, we receive it. We say, "Oh, thank you," and we smile rather than immediately disregarding that, and or coming back with another compliment to him. That feels a lot like competition, like we are like not receiving, we are trying to outdo the other person. So can you see how important it is, this concept of understanding that men don't fall in love through talking, through emotional, they fall in love through action. Okay, a man needs to feel that he is winning with us, that when he is opening the door, when he's paying the bill, when he's maybe ordering for us, or that he has to see that we are happy about it, that we are considering his actions being good, because he needs to feel that he is succeeding. I want you to think of a man as if he has a win bell on his head. Every time he does something and we receive it in a positive way, the bell goes win, win, win. And the more he feels that he is successful with us, the more he is going to keep opening up over time. Okay, so it's really important that we do this, that we receive, that we are curious, that we are open, that we are emotionally available yet not attached to the outcome, in a self-respecting way. And this is very important to point, because this doesn't necessarily mean that if he's doing something that we don't like, that we are going to take it. We are going to, in a very, detached way, maybe in a fun way, maybe in a witty way, if you can. And this is something that you can learn how to do this. Place a boundary and said, if he says something that we are like, no, that doesn't sit well. For example, he keeps talking about his exes a lot. We can say something like, hey, good to hear all that, but tell me more about what led you to join that yoga class where we met. What made you go there? You see, you are setting a boundary. You are redirecting the conversation towards something that is more appropriate with you. Why? Because you understand that he wants you happy. He wants to win. And if he is saying things that are not appropriate, he is not necessarily saying them because he is the wrong guy. Maybe he doesn't know that talking about the exes on the first or second date, it's really not promoting good feelings inside of you. It's giving the guy the benefit of that doubt. And if you can do that, if you can give a good guy the benefit of that, cut him some slack, place some boundaries, be discerning. This is such an important thing. Be discerning. What is important for me to place a boundary and what can I let go? Even if it's for the first time, if he's late the first time, I will let it go. My discerning mind will say, okay, maybe he had, maybe traffic was bad. So I'm going to let it go. I'm not going to place a boundary on this. But if he does it the next date, I will bring it up and I will say something like, hey, I noticed that you were late last time and this time. Is this something that I should get used to it? Is this the way you are? You see, it's totally, totally different than just picking on everything he says. The bottom line is a man bonds through doing and doing things that he can feel that he's successful with you. So our position, if we really, really want to create or give it a chance, even give it a chance to see where this could go, because we are not emotionally attached to the results, we can give it a chance to see over time who he is. The best thing we can do is to be open and be receptive and be curious and um, assume positive that he has a positive intent. That's the word I was looking for. Assume positive intent. Okay, and that way what you are going to be is you are going to be in a position where you are going to enjoy the dates so much more. And rather than saying, no, he's not the right guy because he was talking about himself all the time during the date and he didn't ask me anything, or he was talking about his ex or whatever, you are going to be like, okay, I'm going to be discerning, I'm going to place a boundary, and I'm going to, let it go and see how the second date goes. That way, you are going to be able to enjoy the dates a lot more. And if you are enjoying the dates more, he's going to feel that and he's going to feel successful. So he's going to be drawn towards you and he's going to keep opening up. A good man, when we are open and receptive and discerning and we hold self-respect, he will want to do more for us. He will want to keep seeing us because he's going to be magnetized by your energy. You are going to be the woman that he will assume it will be enjoyable to be around more often. Okay? So that is the first thing that I wanted to share with you today. The second thing, do you have any questions regarding that? Please ask me. I can see your comments. So if you want to ask me questions, please do. In the meanwhile, I am going to go ahead and move into the second one. Men need to feel chosen but not controlled. Okay? You as a woman hold the pace of the relationship. you, as a woman, you teach a man how to treat you. And that is starting from date one, okay? A lot of people believe that the first date should be very casual. And again, because this is very nuanced, it's easy to come to that conclusion if you don't have somebody guiding you in all these nuances. So there is a difference between being casual and being happy and receptive and letting him walk all over you. So the first date, you are setting the blueprint, but you are setting the blueprint not from control. You are setting the blueprint from a place of feminine power, from a place of power. There is something that maybe you have noticed in martial arts, that they don't use force against each other, because if they use force against each other, nobody wins. If one person exerts force over the other one, the other person is going to project double of the force in that person, and so on and so forth. It's the same with creating chemistry with a man and creating an emotional relationship, an emotional romantic relationship that lasts the tests of time. The more we use force, the more we try to control the other person, the more we try to control a man, the more he's going to try to control us. And it's going to be the energy alignment. It's not going to be there. So how do you set the blueprint from the first date? Well, we already talked about how we create chemistry, okay? Through receiving, through being curious, being open, being emotionally available, yet not emotionally attached to the result. That gives us freedom and gives us a place to be authentically ourselves. And the second part is being discerning. So when you use your boundaries, when you use your standards, that creates emotional safety in a man. And he can feel, when he sees that you are not going to allow him to walk all over you, that creates emotional connection, that creates emotional safety on him. So he feels very good. He feels very, very good to be with you, because men need to feel emotionally safe. Okay? So that is the second part. Men needs to feel chosen, so they need to feel like they are winning with us, that he can make us happy, because the number one thing that a man wants for you is for you to be happy, okay? But they also need to understand that you have a backbone, where if he does something that you don't enjoy or you don't appreciate, that you are going to slap a boundary, okay? That you are not just going to take it. So it's the kind of like the difference between being nice and being kind. So being nice looks a lot like, like taking whatever comes our way. Oh, we are nice. So he says something that we don't like, or he does something that we don't like, and we just try to be cool. We try to be the understanding. We try to be like, oh my God, I'm gonna let it go. That's being nice. Being kind, on the other side, is being discerning and having healthy boundaries, but sharing them, communicating them in a way that is respectful, and that is, comes from a place of self-esteem, comes from a place of self-knowledge, and knowing that that is not going to fly by you. So those two things are really, really important to understand about men. And the third thing that I want to share today is that men are more sensitive to rejection than you think. And if you don't understand their emotional wiring, you will misread everything. This is very, very, very important. Why so important? Because men have been taught through the cultural imprinting to hide their emotions. Since very, very early in their childhood, they have been told to hide their emotions, to be strong, to be a man, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have emotions. They do have emotions. But because they learn how to hide them, we as women, we don't know that. We how can we understand that unless we really do this kind of work and we take our time to understand them? How we are going to know? I know firsthand that happened to me. I grew up in South America where, Latin men are all macho and they are like very, like they know it all, and they don't show emotions. They are supposed to be strong and to take care of the house and all that. So I grew up thinking that a man that showed emotions was a weak man. But I got to learn that all men have emotions. And the emotion of rejection, the fear of rejection, it's very, very big on men. It's almost bigger than on us women. So if we don't understand that a man has a deep, deep fear of rejection, we are going to misunderstand the way he behaves. We are going to think, oh, he's not calling me back after the first date because he didn't like me, or because he's playing games, or because he's not emotionally available. When in reality, what may be happening is that he had a very, very strong emotional reaction to you. In other words, he really liked you a lot. But because he had all these emotional outbursts and he felt so connected to you, his fear of rejection increased in kind. So the more a man is attracted to you, the more his fear of rejection is going to show up. And if we don't understand this, we are going to usually go two ways. We are going to do two things. We are going to either withdraw. Oh, that's it. He didn't contact me. That's it. He's gone next. Or we are going to overdo. We are going to overthink. We are going to, after the date, we are going to be sending him messages. He didn't text us the next morning. We are going to send him a message, even if it's an innocent text message, like saying, thank you for the date. I had a great time. If you already thanked him, like I know you did, during the date in person, that you enjoyed the date, and you say, thank you so much, I had such a great time, I love meeting you, and I would love to keep seeing you. If you said that on the first date, you really don't need to send him a text next day. Just give him space. Give him space to process his emotions, to process what he's going through. Let him go to the cave. Let him go to the man cave, and he's going to come back. If he is available and he wants to keep seeing you, he's not going to be able to help himself. But if we fall into these two traps of withdrawing or overdoing, we are going to push him more away. Okay, so these are the things that I wanted to share with you today about the things that as women we have never been taught, things that that in our journey to searching, creating, and finding love, understanding who men are. It's really, really important. It's really important. We cannot love what we cannot understand. So I invite you to keep taking your time to learning about men, to learning how they feel, to learning how they think in this romantic area, to learning how they behave, so you can set up yourself for winning and not let a perfectly good man that could make you really, really happy fall through the cracks because we didn't understand men. So if you are interested in knowing more about men, getting this understanding from you, for you, for your own benefit. Send me a DM message. I teach this inside of my Epic Love Accelerator, 12 weeks private coaching program. I teach this and so much more. This has a lot to do with the psychology of men, but I also teach about the how to, the when to, the what to, absolutely everything. And that's what makes finding and creating true love so much easier, because when we are grounded in our feminine self confidence, when we are grounded in our feminine self esteem, and we have the knowledge for ourselves, things get so much easier. It's almost inevitable that you are going to attract the right men for you. So let me know again in the comments if you have any questions, and like this live video if you are watching now, or if you're watching the replay. If you have any topics that you would like me to talk about, let me know. I would love to show up and talk about it. And keep choosing love. You got this. And again, I thank you for showing up. It's very, very inspiring that you keep showing up. That's what I did when I was, trying to figure it out, this thing called love. I learned everything I could, and then it just happened. But it didn't just happen. No, there were years of work behind it. So, anyway, much love. Bye.